This video is not about my amazing abilities to trick stab, you know, because I'm a professional spy, obviously. No, I'm kidding. That was very cherry picked. But the point of this video is not my ability to trick stab. It's about the DEADringer and the recent nerf that has happened to it since Jungle Inferno update. Which, by the way, was a pretty amazing update, even though I'm pretty sad that they didn't include the competitive changes, but, you know, it's Valve, so... So, honestly, what did I expect? Well, the DEADringer has been in a spotlight of controversy since conception, and that hasn't changed one bit, even today. A brief history on this weapon is, this weapon used to be able to survive backstabs. Well, practically anything. I mean, if it could survive something that takes away 600% of your health, you can't survive anything. And the funny part is that Valve thought this was fair, to be honest. But, you know, luckily they nerfed it. Not the way you would have expected, though. You see, they did nerf the damage resistance, which, you know, was needed. And then they buffed all the other spies watches and gave them damage resistance, 23% to be exact. And that's pretty good, you know. It encourages, you know, more diversity in loadouts. You know, not just seeing a billion spies running a DEADringer 24/7, which, you know, isn't fun. But one of the major changes that happened to it wasn't the nerf to the damage resistance, but its speed boost. Because of the speed boost, this enabled the spy to be across the map in no time, and you wouldn't be able to predict where he would decloak. It might be this ammo pack, or this ammo pack. Wait, that's not the right ammo pack, but the point is you had no idea where he was going to go. They were, which was their goal in the patch notes that they released before the Jungle Inferno update, which was the reason why they decided to remove the ability to be able to pick up ammo packs was because it made the weapon more predictable. Well, really, it didn't. What Valve could have done to achieve their goal, which was to make the weapon less, you know, predictable, is by straight up just removing the speed boost. Also, that afterburn effect, like, I'm not sure why it was there, it's kind of pointless. Even woollen sleeve, a competitive spy which knows way more about playing spy than me, like, trust me, those trick stabs that you see there, this next level what woollen sleeve can do. But enough of that. He talks about how the afterburn was pointless, in which I agree. Like, why did he need that? It was kind of just, you know, a niche kind of thing, although it doesn't really matter if they remove it or not, because it doesn't make much of a difference. But what they should have removed is the speed boost. The speed boost is what made the weapon super unpredictable in the first place. Because of the speed boost, like I said before, it allowed you to be anywhere in the map. Pyro or whoever's chasing you would have absolutely no idea where you are, which, you know, means therefore the weapon is unpredictable. I actually went onto a TF Reddit and I posted something about is the DEADringer overpowered, and I did my arguments on why it wasn't and how to nerf it should just remove the speed boost. And many people were just like, oh, but that makes him way too predictable and it makes the weapon underpowered. I ask you, why was the DEADringer, before Gunmetal update, still called an OP weapon? Because it didn't have the speed boost, it just had a super ridiculously high damage resistance. The DEADringer used to be a very aggressive watch, while something like the Cloak and Dagger was used for a more passive playstyle. But now with the recent nerf, after the Jungle Inferno update, it has caused the DEADringer to be played more passively than the Cloak and Dagger, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of the DEADringer. Because not only do you have to wait for the DEADringer to recharge, you also have to wait in a safe place, usually away from the battle, because you can't cloak, you can't just hide in a corner, you actually have to go pretty far away where no one will go, unless you just, you know, encounter that random gibbous engineer that seems to be in the most dumbest place for absolutely no reason. No, seriously, if I was on Upward and I wanted to go under the tunnel, I just see a random gibbous engineer just building on top of the health and ammo pack, just why? It's not even a good position. Like, no one's attacking you, and your sentry is doing nothing. I mean, I understand you're a free to play, but come on, don't you have common sense or something? Yeah, sorry, it kind of triggers me a bit. But back to the main point. The Cloak and Dagger is for a passive playstyle, and the DEADringer is for aggressive playstyle. And you know, because of those massive waiting periods, you can't really be aggressive if you're waiting a billion years, when you could achieve the same result with a Cloak and Dagger or an Invis Watch. I mean, the DEADringer right now is just the worst version of those two. Like, you can't cloak whenever you want, and decloak sounds like, you know, when you go to sleep and you just hear the alarm, or, for lack of a better analogy, a fire truck crashing into your house. Yep, that's the best I got. The reason why I say the Cloak and Dagger is technically better than the DEADringer right now is because with the DEADringer you have to wait a while, and with the Cloak and Dagger you also wait a while, but you can technically wait wherever you want because you'll be invisible and you can stand there for as long as you want. And you also get to see the entire battlefield, while with the DEADringer you're going to be clicking in a safe place, waiting for that to recharge. I know many people will just say to me, why don't you just use the Electron J? Well, if you try to shoot someone, yes, you do get your cloak back, but you give away your position, and you know, that's also a very bad thing to do. You could also use a big earner, which when you backstab people you get 30% cloak, which is nice, but you're forgetting that if you don't have the DEADringer charge and you do go for that backstab, it's kind of a risk that you're gonna have to take, and high chance of dying. And you could have just used an Invis Watch, which is way better than a Cloak and Dagger. I mean, I know it's subjective, but right now you could say the Invis Watch is the best watch. Even though I know it's a stock weapon, it's supposed to be good for all situations, but why did we just have to remove the DEADringer from the equation? It doesn't make much sense to me. And Valve, please fix the DEADringer. Just at least allow us to pick up metal. I think it's like too harsh, you know. And, I'm gonna be one of those spy mains that complain about the DEADringer nerf.